Paul, you're wondering if Amber Eyes is here because you can't really tell. Well, we can't really tell either. I think she's not here. I haven't been able to have a good glimpse at two of the females, so one of them is definitely not her. Now we just need to figure out the other two. But I think she's not here. I might be wrong though. Okay, so Seb managed to have a look at this one that is just giving us her back, and he says that this one is the one that seems to have a problem in her right eye.
Oh, yeah. Blind, yeah.
Yeah.
Blind, yeah.
So that's 2 down. Now we've just got to wonder about the other one that's down there. And I thought she was laying down because I kept... where are you going? I kept seeing some black flashing and I thought it was her tail, but the third lioness is not lying down, she's also up and about. So often you guys have seen us in the game of patience with lions, just sitting, waiting for hours and hours for them to start moving at this time of the day. And how lucky are we? Oh, that's an alarm, like a contact call. See, she made a contact call and she went, ooh, which is a softer call for a lion, not a roar, but calling the other Pride members. And then there's this third one coming along. Alright, so she was definitely telling the other two that it's time to start moving in that direction. Alright. We are ready to turn around and start some more bundu bashing. They are going, well, there's one there, but they seem to be heading now back from the direction that they came from, which, guys, honestly, you could have just saved us that off-roading. But who are we to tell a lion what to do? Oh, I'm sitting on thorns. Come, car. Woo. Alright, I hope we'll be able to get around here. There's a big log. Okay, I was sitting on some thorns, which is not too comfortable. Alright, I think we're going to have to come here just because the exact way that they're walking, we can't really walk. Okay, well, drive. So I'm going to have to take a bit of a detour and then hopefully catch up with them a bit later. Alright, Swish Willow. The thing is that I can see them walking up there. And if you are wondering, the bush willow did spring back up. As so will this tree. Alright. Okay, I did see them walking up here. Ooh, all those things underneath this car.
She's right here.
Is she right here? I can't see her. Oh, okay, right next to us. Okay. Oh, and I see another one up in front of us. Alright, let me just get us a view. Whew. Natalie, you're wondering why there are black spots on the back of their ears. Well, there are black spots there and at the tip of their tail, and they're believed to be a follow me sign. So when they're walking in very long grass, especially in this winter months when everything's roughly the same color as them, it gives a good beacon, a good focal point to try and follow the rest of the Pride members, especially if there are cubs around. Now, I'm not too sure where the other one... there she is. And she's also stopped, both of them, in their tracks, and they're not moving. So maybe there is something further ahead that they're looking for. Oh, you've sat down. Well, that was anticlimactic, because the other two are coming back now. Is that a cub? Haha!
Yeah.
That's the gold. Yes! So the whole pride has been here all this time. Just in very thick bush.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, hello! Oh, this is precious. Oh, look how excited they are!
Oh.
Oh! Yay! Oh, what are you guys doing? You're not supposed to be suckling anymore. I wonder, so we've got 3 females and 3 cubs. Ah, I see the rest coming. Okay, no need to panic just yet. Alicia, you say cubs, awesome. Yes, we're very, very happy to see them too. Oh, I love it when lions greet each other after they haven't seen each other for a while. Look at that. Hug me. I want some love. And there come 2 more cubs. Alright, so we have a total count for now of 6 cubs. Whew. Okay, all of them here. And 3 females. Oh my goodness, are you guys going to go back onto that drainage line? We shall follow you. Oh, very exciting. Super good news. Do you see them all around here? They're all looking quite healthy. Aquarius, you're saying gremlins in your stomach again. I think in all of our stomachs. We are so happy. I don't know what happened there, but clearly clearly you were not welcome to go and bite. Oh, well, I'm sorry, we didn't mean to judge your parenting skills. She gave us a very nasty look there, as in like, how dare you human tell me how to treat my cubs. Sorry. Alright, so we start again. I don't know where. Trying to figure out where. I don't know. Okay, well, same way we came, I suppose. It's going to be the easiest way because we know we can get through there because we've come from there, sort of. Although I think it might be a bit more open on the other side, so let's maybe try a different route. Just so that we don't have to go through some of the same thickets again. Ha! Exciting! Wonderful stuff. Oh, you guys are still there. Oh, okay. Alright, I don't know how we're gonna get to have a view there, but just stick with us and the stomach gremlins. we shall try. Awesome. I can't believe they've been hiding also so close to the road. It's incredible. Okay, I don't know if maybe this was my wisest call. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think as to which is the most convenient way for us to try and get there because... Ooh, I'm so gonna get a flat tire. Up. Well, it can be. Just sometimes it's a bit tricky. Alright, let's... Did it...
Right,
yeah, okay, sorry, I was waiting for it to come back up. I think they have carried on though, haven't... Yeah, there they are. Okay. We're going to try and find our way back to the lions, but while we maneuver around this bush, let's go back to Taylor.
Our dear friend, a crocodile, and there's hippos behind him too, but I've just got told that Thandi has been found. Now, I know she was seen this morning, and it seems as though she's made a kill as well, so I wonder if Tumba's around. So we'll have a quick look here, but I don't want to spend too much time over here because I would really like to actually get into that sighting with the leopard, but it's all the way down in the east. We've got to go up on the Cheetah Plain sort of driveway, an old road that we love driving, and then she's near a balanites tree. I think. But I thought it's always good just to pop past the dam, make sure our friends who live around here are all looking fit and strong. And well, I can report that everybody seems to be quite happy today. Vlad is having a great time. He's obviously been sunbathing for most of the day now on the bank, and he's out of the water and just absorbing the heat from that sandy island. It'll be nice and warm. Look how he's flattened himself out completely. He's a lovely crocodile. Well, as lovely as a crocodile could be from the car, I don't think he'd be as lovely in person. And of course it wouldn't be complete spending some time at Chitwa Dam without the beautiful calls of a hippo. Machine Gun Neshi said that he's an awesome crocodile, and he does look well fed. He does. I think he has his fair share of catfish and barbel and tilapia and whatever else might be about at this dam. I think that's mainly what these crocodiles are feeding on. I remember once, I think it was a dead hippo in this dam, right when we first started traversing around here, and we would see that hippo bobbing about in the water. So I think then the crocodiles were feeding on it. But predominantly, I'm quite confident in thinking that they're mainly feeding on fish around here. Now the hippos have been quite sneaky. You can actually just see their ripples just coming out just on the other side of the island. They're slowly moving around. Now we're waiting for them, but they don't want to show themselves. They're blowing bubbles behind the island too, but unfortunately where we are now we can't move around too much because there are many gremlins around here, of course. And it's a pity. We literally cannot see one hippo at the moment. They're all hiding behind every single tree that we've parked ourselves between, which is a pity. Let's see if there's any birds though. A blacksmith lapwing just coming in for landing. There it is. There's also a couple of buffalo weavers around. I can hear the wagtails. They're chirping about. Everybody's ready to settle in for the evening. I can't see. You know what I can't see? Where are the water thickneys? Normally there's so many water thickneys that are hanging around on this island, and they always seem to be friends with Vlad. They don't seem to be every day. And to try and find them, you have to look at the shady section underneath the trees during the heat of the day. They are more nocturnal. Now it's amazing how we get nocturnal species of birds and then we get diurnal species of birds, don't you think? And it's purely just for competition, not competing with the diurnal animals. Now Alaramoi is so peaceful out here. It is. It's one of my favorite spots to come to. Oh, did you see that lapwing just landed? Look at that, right behind that crocodile's head. Not the lapwing. Quite cool. And you can see the crocodile doesn't really mind the birds flying about, interested in eating them at all. Beautiful. Right, it seems as though Ali's managed to reposition. I'm going to try and get into this Thandi sighting. So while I do that, I'll send you back across to a young lass and her cats.
Oh. They have all come into the open area where they were lying earlier on, and I wonder if perhaps the rest of the pride hadn't actually been coming from wherever it is that they were left this morning. And then what we saw was their greeting, their fantastic, very powerful greeting after not seeing each other for a few hours. That was a very special moment we just witnessed, and I think they're all exhausted after such excitement. Tom, you're saying that you're surprised at how something so ferocious can always be so loving. Well, all animals have a vulnerable side of them, and social relationships are incredibly important for lions. I mean, they are the only sociable cat. So making sure that they greet each other the proper way when they find each other is a way of keeping good relationships and just making sure that everything is fine and that they catch up with each other. So I think they actually, the other ones weren't here. I think they just kept coming, and one of the females picked it up. Perhaps she actually even heard the contact call from one of the other females when we heard her answer. And then they all moved off towards where they were. They all found each other, greeted each other, and came and lie down pretty much in the same spot where we had them earlier on. But look at that. Look at all those pretty ears amongst all the round leaf teaks. Oh. There was something like sounded like maybe like a bushbuck or a nyala in the distance in the drainage line. So I think these guys are definitely out and about, and this is the time of the life for the cubs when they're going to start walking with the pride. And often if their mothers go hunting, then they leave them behind because they're still a bit young, but this is a crucial time in their lives when they're going to start developing the skills to hunt together. Interesting. Last time I saw the Nkuhumas, they were so sleepy, they barely even woke up. And today they've provided already so much excitement from the tracking, they were not there, to carried on moving and greeting each other, and now coming back and laying down here. Our beard, you're saying that we witnessed a family reunion. We certainly did, and I think it was a very special one. It's always wonderful to see how excited lions are to come across the rest of their pride members. Just jump on top of each other and say hello and head rubbing, and it's almost like people are trying to, well, lions are trying to get into other lions' hugs. It's amazing. I think these cubs, although these paws are meant for walking, these little cubs have been walking quite a lot, and I think they are definitely tired because the females are still somewhat alert with their heads sticking up, most of them, but the cubs are very, very sleepy. Yeah, you guys have been walking a lot because you have been going with the pride. Aquarius, you're wondering if a male lion showed up here, how would all the lions react? Well, if it's a male that they know, they would react somewhat in the same manner that they did now. There would be some head rubbing, and very likely all of the females would be very alert before the male approached, just to make sure that it's a known male lion. Now, if it wasn't a known male lion, then there would be a lot of aggression, because foreign or male lions that do not associate with this pride are a major threat to the cubs, because often, even if the cubs look big enough, they are still very young and vulnerable and can be easily killed by a male that's coming onto the area. So, like I said, if it were a male lion that's not known to the pride, likely they would be quite aggressive, and the cubs would probably run away and just seek shelter away from the male. My heart is so full. Doodles, you're wondering if the big cubs will still try to nurse. Well, we saw them try, but I think it's more comfort nursing than anything else. Normally lions are weaned around about 6 months old, and these guys are older than that, so I'm not too sure why they're being the way that they are, but they are onto meat. Their mothers at this age cannot sustain them on milk, so that's why they introduce them. And even roughly, let's say 6 to 8 weeks old normally, no, actually a little bit older in lions, maybe at 3 months old, they start introducing them to meat. So they will still nurse and have some of the milk, but they will also start eating meat. So as you can imagine, little lions have to grow very fast, and the more protein they get, the better for them. Who knows, maybe this is a new spot where they're gonna spend the night. It seems like they are pretty settled now. Maybe the 3 females were a bit wary. I reckon perhaps they went off trying to look for food and they didn't find anything, and the rest of the pride has caught up to them. And now that they're all together, it seems like they are all a lot more relaxed than what they were before, and all sleeping. Izzy, you're wondering why the lions don't get names like the leopards do. Well, because they are collective, well, okay, not collective, but because they are sociable animals, and it can be sometimes harder to identify a lioness from the next one unless they have some very bright or very key identifying feature. So it's a lot easier just to try and identify them as a pride, because in more cases than not, the pride will be together. So that's why they get collective name, like the Nkuhuma Pride of lions, which is these females here. So we know that at the moment it's five females and 6 cubs. There is one of them or 2 amongst them One of them is clearly amber eyes because she's got this beautifully striking amber eyes, so she's easy to distinguish from the rest. And then there's the one that's got a problem in her right eye. Seems like she doesn't have all that good vision in there, if perhaps she does have any. So you can still identify individual lions, individual females, just by looking at their spot pattern on top of their whiskers. However, I think it's just slightly easier to identify them as a pride, because chances are that when you find them, they'll all be together. And because they are territorial creatures, they stick around the same area. Aquarius, you're wondering who comes up with all these names. Well, normally their names are given... That's beautiful. Oh, you're so gorgeous. Normally the names are given by some sort of characteristic area or name of an area or part of the area where they are in most cases. So the names either come from a drainage line or from a special characteristic that they've got, or I'm trying to think of anything else where they would name a pride of lions. I would say in most cases it's a geographic name. Guys, how exciting. Now everybody's wasted all their energy in walking today, and now we're all back down, aren't we? Now I wonder if perhaps there will be a male coming, because earlier on I was saying that there was one female that was missing that was seen with the two males, and then they've managed to find one male and then said that the other male and the female had carried on walking south. They didn't say that they had crossed the boundary, so I wonder if perhaps one of the Birmingham boys might be somewhere in the block. That'll be quite interesting to find out. I think maybe your lion plot thickens, because there were definitely two this morning with one of these females. Now we've got all the females here, but no males. So I wonder if perhaps the male just decided he didn't really want to come and see the rest of the pride, and he's sticking out somewhere else. Perhaps further north where we started looking, perhaps in that area. So I think maybe it's worth keeping an ear out. Maybe we'll hear them roaring later today, and then we'll be able to find out if there's a male around or not. Because as we were saying a few days ago, a Birmingham lion has been a rare sight lately. Luckily the girls are here. Oh, you're so sweet. William, you're 8 years old and you're wondering, and you are from Oregon, and you're wondering if they worry about spiders or scorpions in the grass. I don't think they do, to be honest. I don't think they have to be worried about anything. Perhaps a snake could hurt them, but I don't think they are. They are lions. I don't think they are worried about too many things right now. Standing by. Affirmative, you're welcome to join me. It's now the whole shlambi. Wonder if there's a bit of an itch there. Perhaps they've also, while they've been walking and while we've been following them, there's been a lot of thorns and little things that have gotten caught in their fur. Somebody is still grooming himself. Jonathan, you're 11 years old from Alabama, and you're wondering how many teeth a lion has and if it differs between females and males. Well, to be quite honest, I don't think it differs from males and females. They have very prominent canines, the four of them, that they use to suffocate their prey on most occasions, but I'm not too sure how many teeth exactly they have got. So I am actually going to check in the book, see if perhaps we can find the answer for that, because that is a question that I have never posed myself. So thank you for that. Let's see, I don't even know if my book will tell me how many teeth a lion has. You're so sweet, aren't you? Alright, Jonathan from Alabama. It seems that my book does not specify how many teeth a lion has. So I will have to get back to you on that one. I will try to find out later on today once we get back to camp and then let you know. I'm not too sure how many they have got. That is a very interesting question. Alright, we are going to sit around with these guys for a while longer, find out if they get up to anything, but while we do that, let's go over to Taylor and find out how her tracking is going.
Well, after much chattering on the radio, because I don't know the Chitwa roads just yet, well, not very well, I managed to get hold of Jamie. He's from Arethusa, and he's actually making his way out. It seems like there's only space for 2 vehicles at a time, so I told him not to rush, because it's also fair that they enjoy their leopard sighting, but I can hear a vehicle moving, so he's going to come out around here and then hopefully we'll be able to move in. But I think they're very far into this block still, so it could take quite some time before we are able to head back or head into the sighting. Not back into the sighting, we haven't been there yet, but quite exciting. I don't know if Tumba's there yet. It sounds like they've made a kill. I don't know what she's killed. Very interesting though, very exciting, of course, because I've only ever seen Tandi once and it was quite a brief sighting of her. We got to see more of her back end than anything, and she was actually quite disappointing because she got excited by a squirrel and she had the perfect opportunity to catch some impala and she refused. So this time she's made a kill, and hopefully once we get into that sighting we'll be able to figure out what exactly is going on. I'm listening to a question now. Now, Vicky, wondering if guides need permission to come into a sighting? Not necessarily permission. We just sort of organize the lineup because, of course, you're only allowed a maximum of 3 vehicles per sighting, and even sometimes that can't be had just because of the amount of vegetation, all these types of things. But yes, now I can see Jamie coming out, and I need to have a chat with him to try and figure out where to go from here, because it seems like he's done quite a bit of maneuvering and it is getting quite dark. Okay, you're going to have to sit through this very awkward conversation now, I'm afraid. Maybe you can have a look at the beautiful scenery down there. I won't be too long. I do just need to try and find this because, like I said, that it is getting quite dark, and I don't think it's going to be the easiest sighting to necessarily get into. So I'm just going to have a chat to Jamie as he comes past. Hi, Jamie. I am live, but all the viewers are looking at the scenery. How are you? You're good. So I just go in and then right, and I'll see your 2. Okay, and then. Okay, cool. Who's in that sighting with you? Oh, surprise. Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear on the radio. Hello, everybody else. Okay. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Have a lovely drive. I hope you see more wonderful things. Cheers. Thanks, Jamie. Here we go. Sorry about that. Obviously need to have a chat. Yes, I don't know. It sounds like... Watch me bash the car into 4x4. You can't be gentle with these cars. Sometimes you gotta force things into place. We don't want to drive. No, don't, Sicklebush, don't give me a flat tire. No, I don't know. It's probably going to take quite some time and a bit of navigating and maneuvering to try and get into the sighting. Salva, you said that the sunset was very pretty. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. It wasn't the greatest of sunsets, but I suppose it would do, instead of staring at the back of my ponytail while I have a conversation. What's your head here, Craig? Not the easiest terrain to maneuver around in. I'm just going to go in quietly because I don't actually know where they are, and I'm going to listen out for voices now. I'm just staring in front of me because I can go left or right on this 2-track, and because the vegetation is so thick I could honestly end up anywhere. Let's go this way. What? I think I can see a flash, but it's still very far away into the bushes. Sorry, it's always tricky trying to maneuver through these things. Ah! Right. We're going to keep bumbling along. I think we've still got a couple of, maybe another 100 meters or so to go before we get to the sighting. So while we do that, it seems as though you've had cats in color, but you're going to have cats in black and white now.
Black and white indeed. So if you're wondering why we're looking at them in black and white, it's because we have turned on our IR, so our infrared, so that we can have a bit of a better view at the lions now that the light conditions are getting lower. Okay, copy. Carry on coming, just past that junction, then you'll see where the 2-truck went roughly south and west from there. Seems like it's a very good time for all of them. They are sleeping, and I think this one just got his head up because perhaps there's something at the back, although nothing we can really see. But there is another car coming to join us, so I wonder if perhaps that's what he's listening. Now, going back to the teeth question, because it was a very interesting question, it seems like lions have 30 teeth, which is a new thing that I have learned today. So thank you for asking the question, because I didn't know before, and it's funny how sometimes you just don't pose certain questions to yourself. But good, we have all learned something together today, which is what we love doing. And I think this might have been your very first question ever, so well done. It was your first time viewing us and your first question ever, so yay. Oh, this is beautiful. Now, are you a bit stiff, or do you have a bit of a limp? I think maybe stiff. I think that's what you are. Hello, girls. Are you... Oh my goodness, are you going to carry on? I am just so surprised that they have not stopped moving around today. I've got your audio. Just come a bit... Carry on going, but just come a bit more towards your east. Seems like maybe everyone's getting ready to start moving around once more. We've gone through some grooming. Maybe they have rested enough, and it seems like we are down to business once more. Kiki, you're wondering if the grooming is for practical reasons or for bonding? Well, both. Grooming is a very important way of reassuring their social relationships because, well, they don't hug or they don't have ways of expressing this other than grooming. And it's obviously got that very practical function of trying to get rid of ticks. Alright, seems like these guys are going to start moving once more. I am so impressed with you guys. Now I think everyone can appreciate just why sometimes we don't find them, although we find their tracks crossing in, and why they cross out. I mean, in the time that we've been with them, how much have they walked? Well, okay, maybe perhaps not too much, but they have been very active in the last 2 hours. And this has been them taking it easy. So imagine when they just go, how much distance they can cover. Seems like Taylor has managed to find a cat who already has a kill, so let's go over to her and find out who this is.
We have Thandi, who's in the tree licking her paws, and if you look right down below her, she's got her kill. It is a daker, so not a very big meal, but definitely enough to fill her belly. Now I'm trying to work out where not Hosanna, that's not her son. Her son is Tumba. Come on now, Taylor. Rookie move there. I don't know if she's gone to go and fetch him just yet, but I've had a look around and I can't quite see any other leopards just yet, but she's up in a beautiful balanites tree. One of the prettiest trees, I think, to see a cats in. This actually could. This is only about the second sighting I've ever had of a leopard in a balanites tree, which is quite nice. And beautiful bark. I love the way that the trunk twists and turns too. It also creates, of course, amazing platforms for these leopards to hoist their kills up into, and that's exactly what she's done over here. So it sounds like she caught it this morning at some point. I don't know how much of it she's fed, or how much of the day she's eaten, sorry. But I think she's about to have a break. The fact that she started grooming herself so vigorously might mean that she's been feeding for a little while. Apparently they popped in here at the beginning of the safari and she wasn't here. The kill was just up the tree, so they thought she may have gone off to go and fetch Tumba. But if you have just joined us, were you in luck today on this Sunday with lions, leopards and all sorts of other creatures? And you can ask us questions because this is live. This is happening right now. You can hashtag Safari Live. And this is a beautiful leopard by the name of Thandi. As I was saying, see, she's looking around. Maybe she's going to come down the tree for us. What I am going to have to do though at some point is when Surprise comes past with these guests, I'm going to have to turn my LED light off because it's going to blind them and I don't want to blind them. Are you coming down now, girl? How great is that? She is too. What is your next move going to be, lovely lady? She looks so tiny up in that big tree, don't you think? There she comes. Look how graceful she is. Wow. She's putting on a show for us tonight. Now she's going to come down the other side. See how she's using the fork in that tree to her advantage? Now watch your footing, girl. Look how quick this is going to happen. So graceful. Wow. Beautiful. All I can hear is the guests singing this leopard's praises. I'll put my spotlight on her as she goes past just a little bit. Not on her eyes though. You don't want to upset her. Even the bright spotlight can be a bit too much. Now she's just gone behind the car. Where she's going that way. She's going away from the kill now, so she's obviously eaten enough. I'm going to let Surprise quickly move. Okay, I think he's saying we can maybe move. Let's try and do this quickly. So we're actually in a difficult spot at the moment because there is many warthog burrows and I don't want to collapse and I don't want the car to fall in a warthog burrow. I'm going to try and anticipate her movements. She's just in here. Craig, do you want to go in infrared? Maybe it will be a bit easier because I'm not going to be able to put the spotlight on her all the time. She's just standing there for the moment. You can just see her moving. It's almost impossible to see what she's doing. She's in that long grass. Can you believe that? I don't know, maybe she's laid down. Should we go forward, Craig? Let's try and find another way in here. Just watch your head on these trees as we go underneath them. I probably need some lights too. We'll see if we can poke our nose around here and see if we can get a better view. Maybe she didn't go off and get Tumba. Maybe she's just done exactly what she's done now. Caught it, slightly exhausted, put it up in the tree for safekeeping, and came and laid down and just rested in the grass. I can't see her at all. Can you see her? Oh, there she is. I see her tail. Oh my goodness, you're right here. What you got here? She's eating something else. Maybe the stomach contents? I'm going to push. Oh, there's so many warthog burrows here. It's just very tricky. What have I hit? I've got something in front of me. Okay, we're going to have to do with that. Sorry, Craig, I can't go any more forward. Even as I sneeze, she doesn't really mind. Excuse me, sorry. I kicked up so much dust that it all just started tickling my nose quite a bit. Let me see if I can put something on her here. Oh, she's eating the stomach contents now. Well, not the stomach contents entirely. She is eating basically the intestines. Oh my goodness, I apologize. All the sneezes today. So that's what she's doing. So there must be certain minerals and things that are in and around the intestines, because leopards and lions. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Hopefully that's the last one. And they always eat them. Now you're probably thinking, why she resorted to eating that when she's got an entire dacre kill up a tree and she can munch on that? That's why I say there must be something vital inside those intestines that they love, because they always go and eat them. And then there's just all the partially digested grass and other things that the dacre was eating. She's not a big leopard, eh, Craig? She's quite little, don't you think?
Yeah,
she's not massive. I think Shadow could actually be bigger than Thandi, if I'm not mistaken. But I wonder when she's going to go and fetch Tumba. I wonder when. She keeps looking around as well. I think she's worried that hyenas might come into the area. Now, Sharon, you're wondering if she could just call for Tumba. Oh, yes, she most certainly could. Tumba's definitely old enough though that I don't think she'd be too worried if he came wandering about on his own. She wouldn't be bothered. But I'm trying to think where we have last seen tracks of Tumba, where Tumba was last seen. I don't think it was anywhere near here. Yes. And that? What have you got there? Oh, listen to her crunching on the bone. Now, because dacre are such small antelope, sometimes you will see leopards crunching on the bones, and just as hyenas like to eat bone marrow, if there's an opportunity for a leopard and lion too, they will do exactly the same thing, but their teeth aren't designed like a hyena's teeth, so they don't have as sort of strong jaws, and they can't normally always crush through all that bone. But she seems to be doing a good job. I'm not sure what part of the dacre that is. You can see her just chewing away there now. Maybe part of the leg? Maybe it's a rib bone? I don't know. I also couldn't see how much of that dacre she'd eaten either. The way it is in the tree, it's sort of hidden. You just got to see the front of the dacre's face, and that was really it. So typically they'll start on the rump, or they'll even open up the belly as she's done here, and she's taken the intestines out. That would have made it much easier for her to carry it up the tree. I'm having such a good laugh. No, I'm not laughing at Tandi. I'm laughing at Ali because I've been labelled as the one that breaks the cars all the time. Isn't that right, Alice? Everyone gives me so much grief about it. But it's funny, of course. I take it on the chin. And it seems as though Ali... I think Ali has broken a steering rod or something because her steering wheel doesn't seem to be working anymore. I can imagine it just doing 360-degree circles round and round and round. My goodness, we might have to go on a rescue mission after this as well. But at least we're able to sit here with her for now. Oh, there we go. You know what? Aren't we so lucky to have Connor? I'm just going to sing his praises very quickly. He's rescued me once as we were stranded on the edge of Chitwa Dam. And it seems as though our knight in shining armor, sorry Craig, you lose that title, is going to Connor again because he's off to rescue young Ali. And I'm sure Tristan will be very happy about that. At least when he's not here, there's still some young strapping men that are looking after his lass, making sure she's safe. Not a bad place to be broken down lions, though. I'd totally be using that as my excuse. Oh, sorry, can't come home now. I'll have to spend the rest of the evening with these big cats. It would be quite great. It'd be a convenient thing to happen to you if you were in a sighting with lots of pressure. To have something like that break and then not being able to move. I just hope that maybe the lions do move a little bit away from Ellie so that Connor is able to, well, tow her out. But this is so great. I love the sound of the crunching. It's not a sound we always get to hear. The moon is just starting to rise. Now, I want to show you something very quickly. If you look straight through there, look what we can see. The moon.
Go back to normal.
Should we go back to normal? We're going to come out of infrared now because it's look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? Just starting to rise now. That is so cool. Very eerie behind all of those trees too, but the moon is not the star of the show, but I just thought that I'd point it out to you. Hello girl. Sorry, did I move my feet? I shuffled my feet and then she stared at me. Yeah, we can. I think. What do you think, Craig? We can stay in normal light if you think it's okay, or would you prefer infrared? You make the magic happen. It's your choice. I'll change my light slightly for you. How's that? A little bit better. There we go. Sorry, Alice. Can I have that question again from our young friend William? Ah, there we go. Now, William, who's only 8 years old and he's from Oregon, he's one of our young viewers. You were very concerned about Tandi chewing on this bone, and you've said, won't those bits of bone cut her mouth, sort of like hard cereal does? In a way, it can. She has to be very careful, but they are careful, though. And we're actually talking about this when we had a sighting yesterday with Impala chewing on a bone. And if most of you have dogs at home, I know it's unfortunately happened to one of our dogs. We had an Irish Wolfhound once where she was chewing on a bone and actually got stuck underneath or in her palate. Luckily, we noticed it straight away and we were able to remove it without having to take her to the vet and without her hurting herself. So yes, they do have to be very, very careful. But, William, all these animals out here, and particularly the predators, have got much stronger stomach acids than what you and I have. So that does help with digesting the bones. Hyenas have got the greatest stomach acids when it comes to getting for digesting bone. They can actually digest pieces of bone or shards of bone that are up to 7 centimeters in length. That's quite a bit. Now, she won't be able to do that. She'll just be eating smaller bits, and she might not even be eating as much bone. She's probably just trying to crack it open so she can get all that bone marrow, which is very, very healthy for them. They'd like to eat that. You can hear her chewing. Listen to her. Now again, she sounds like my brother eating. Now, hopefully my brother's not watching, otherwise he'll send me a horrible message saying, why am I saying that he eats like that? But it's the truth. Anyways, Izzy, you said that she looks so powerful. She does. Even though she might be small in stature, she's definitely proven herself. She's a very good huntress. And hopefully young Tumble will make his return before Mom has eaten everything. Though I don't blame her if she's also slightly selfish and wants to devour this Dacre kill all on her own. But I'm sure Tumble will be here by tomorrow sometime, maybe even later this evening. She's still munching on the intestine. Is that delicious? Craig, how would you feel if Happiness or Amanda served you up some intestines? Would you like that?
No, I'd absolutely love it.
Craig said he'd absolutely love it. I don't think you'd enjoy it as much as Tandi's enjoying it right now. She's almost looks like she's eating with her eyes closed, too. She looks like she's loving it that much. No, she's still got them open just slightly. How lucky have we been today, though? It's been quite amazing. You know, from not starting off 100%, having a couple of issues with gremlins and things. Well, it seems as though we showed those gremlins today. Well, the animals showed the gremlins, which is quite nice. As you look at her, I'm just scanning around because I can hear grass moving, and I don't know what it is. Maybe there are some franklins and things that haven't settled in from the night. You hear that now? Those leaves? That's Thandi. She's scraping them over the stomach content, and that's just to hide the scent. Good girl. Yes, keep doing that, because the longer you do that, it'll be more difficult for any other predators to find it. Let me angle this light slightly more. Here we go, that's better. Now, Greek Goddess, you're wondering if other leopards would try and steal her kill? Oh, yes, most certainly. They would take this opportunity and take it up and try and take her kill. That would be terrible. Right, Craigie, we have to keep going, but I can't go forward because there's a shrub, and I don't think Connor wants to go on. Got it into reverse. So now I need to try and block this monitor because I can't see anything that's behind me. Sorry, it's going to go a little bit dark just for a moment. I just need to reverse. Craig, what's it looking like on your side? Can I swing? Sorry, just trying to navigate because I think she's going to go up. Hopefully she's going to go up the tree again, and I don't want to miss that. So try and get that very quickly. Moon is beautiful. Very pretty. Right, I'm going to send you across to the damsel in distress who is waiting for Connor. Let's go and see how she's doing.
Oh no, Connor, please come and save us. Well, if you were wondering, that one over there was Seb. We seem to have broken something. We thought it was a steering wheel because if we carry on moving our steering wheel, you'll see it will not stop. So it carries on going, and carries on going. So we are virtually stuck in between two trees, one in front of us where we were trying to get back and one behind, so we can just do this back and forth, back and forth. So we are hoping Connor will come all the way here to save us. It seems like the culprit for the situation we have found ourselves in was a stump hitting in the long grass that managed to snap something. We're not too sure what it is yet or how we're going to fix it, but we will patiently wait for Connor to come and help us out. I think that's us for the night, perhaps, but hopefully Taylor and Thandi will manage to keep you guys very entertained for the last few minutes of drive.
I hope so, and she's actually just looking at us right now. Now, there's an ideal situation. Look at that. Can we go wide again? Because you can see the moon. That's not a light that you can see in the top right corner. That's the moon. Now, I really hope she makes a dart up that Balanites tree, because that would be a dream come true if we could get her behind the moon. Imagine, I always talk about the Easter Bunny that lives in the moon. Imagine having Tandi's head silhouetted against the bright orange moon, and it is so gorgeous this evening too. It would really be a phenomenal sighting, but I don't know if we're going to be that lucky. I think we've almost exhausted all our luck today. It really doesn't get much better than the safari that we've had, and I'm sure most of you agree with that too. It seems as though a lot of the birds haven't actually gone to sleep yet, because I can hear the drongos now. They've just started chatting about. They're a bit confused, obviously, that the moon is still up. Red Brick Thorns, you said the cat today came a day late. Did we not have cats yesterday? Didn't we have any on the sunrise safari when we have Shadow and Cub? So we sort of had some cats. I suppose we didn't have anything. Oh no, and we had Hosanna last night. So we did have. We've had a cat a day, not a cat a day, a cat weekend. I can't think of something catchy and fun to describe weekend with cats in. I think you guys are the brains when it comes to figuring out cool and quirky things to say. So maybe you can come up with something to describe the weekend that we've had. And if you have, you can hashtag Safari Live. We've only got a few minutes left, so you'll have to type quite quickly. But I have no doubt that you all type pretty quickly too. This is so great. You see how she keeps looking south? Something's got her attention. I don't know what exactly has caught her attention. She can hear something. And we did hear jackals just before we went live in the far distance. Not that she'd be worried about something like a jackal. She's much larger. But if a hyena comes through, because the killer's not on the ground, she also won't be too perturbed. She might hiss and snarl at a hyena. Sylvia, you've said a catchphrase of Tristan's, which is, "Isn't this cool?" I think it is. It's very cool. I think we actually all say, "Isn't this cool?" Scott Dyson's favorite one is also, I think he's the original "Can You Believe It?" Which is so true, because everything I've ever watched that Scott's been in, from all the old footage before he came back to Wild Earth, it was always, "Can you believe it?" And it is true. Sometimes it is difficult to believe it. Now, if you're hearing strange noises, it's my stomach gurgling for some strange reason. Perhaps the dacre up in the tree has made me hungry. Probably not, though, because I don't look at a dacre and start salivating. I'm not a leopard or a lion. As I say that, I have to swallow. So maybe it has. Goodness gracious. Oh, here, she's just gone on the run again. What is she doing? Hang on, hold on tight. I don't know what she's heard. Sorry, I know we've only got 60 seconds to go. Well, maybe just slightly less than that, but we need to move. What did she got? Something's checked. Oh, hyena! Oh my goodness, how exciting. A turn of events. Hyena has joined the show. Oh, wonderful. We're not going to end. We're going to extend a little bit for one more minute. That's exactly why she's been panicking this entire time. I knew that she'd heard or smelt or something, and you, my friend, are the reason for it. Now, I'm hoping you're taking some screenshots so we can try and identify who this hyena is. She has very tattered ears. Very, very, very tattered ears. Doesn't look like a particularly young girl either. Now, I think she's trying to find those stomach contents now. And our dear friend Thandi is in the tree. Goodness, she went up quickly. She actually got quite a fright. And she ran. I was wondering why she started slinking around like that. How interesting. Now, like I said, normally what happens when a hyena comes in, a leopard will actually stand their ground and snarl and spit in the face of their competitor. She wasn't standing for that. I think she took the easy way out and just ran up to the top of the tree. I don't blame her. I also wouldn't want to risk any injury. That hyena did come in sort of like a wrecking ball. It wasn't stopping. I thought it was going to run into us at one point too. Wow, I'm just going to see. Yes, the hyena is now eating. If you want to have a look at the hyena again, here it comes. I'm going to turn my spotlight off as it walks past the car. Coming right up. Now the hyena doesn't look like it's particularly hungry. It looks like it's eaten something already. Are you going to come here? Let me try and bend this light back now. There it is. Hello. Well, it's been another amazing adventure out here in the Sabi sand. Pulling through once again lions, many leopards, hyenas, all sorts of crazy things out here. How great. I hope that you've enjoyed it just as much as myself, Ali, Craig, Sebastian, and the ladies watching in Final Control. We won't be having a safari here in Djuma, but remember to tune in for Earth Live and the start of the migration series. We'll see you all soon.